In the last lesson, I mentioned to you that the verb is any word which denotes an action performed with time. And I mentioned 3 times: the past, present, and also the future. Today we want to look at the tenses of the Arabic language and overview of the tenses, because we are still at the initial stage of building this course. So this is a foundation we need to set before we move on deeper into this course. So we have the past tense verb, we have the present tense verb, and we have the command tense verb. All of these 3 tenses in the Arabic language have their names. The first one, the past tense verb, it is called al-fi'lul madi. Then we have the present tense verb, it is called al-fi'lul mudari. Then the command tense is called al-fi'lul amru. If you look at the past tense verb, an example to start with, let's look at the word dhahaba. Dhahaba, having 3 letters, simply means he went, and this action is performed in the past. Then the present form of this would be yadhhabu. He is going, an action that is being performed at the moment. Then we have the word idhhab, go. Here you are commanding someone to perform an action which will come later after your command is given. Now let's look at the word dhahaba. All you can see here is three letters which are joined together to form the word dhahaba, giving the meaning of past. To form this into the present tense, all we needed to do is to add ya'un at the beginning. That's why you see the only difference between this past tense and the present form is that ya has been added to it. This ya is the letter of present tense verb. So from here, let me let you know that all of the present tense verbs you come across in the Arabic language will begin with one or with either of these 4 letters. You can see a present tense verb beginning with the first letter hamza, or it could even begin with noon, or this present tense verb could begin with ya, and it could also begin with ta, depending on the that you are referring to. Now let's take an example for the 4 of these particles which begins a present tense verb. The first one, as you can see clearly, yadhhabu, he is going. Now let's represent this here with hamza. All we will have will be adhhabu, I am going. Representing this with ta, tadhhabu, it means you are going. Then we'll have nadhhabu, we are going. All of these 4 particles beginning this verb, they are called the particles of present tense, al-huruful mudari'ah. Now this is to say that present tense verbs in the Arabic language, in order to form them, you still need the past tense verb, because the word originally was dhahaba. When you need to form it into present tense, it gave you yadhhabu, he is going, or adhhabu, I am going, or nadhhabu, we are going, or tadhhabu, you are going. All of these, we are still coming back to this to dwell more in it so you understand it better. Now coming to the command tense. To form the command tense, you also need the present tense. Take the word tadhhabu as an example, tadhhabu, which means you are going. In order to form this into the command tense, all you need to do is to remove the first letter, which I told you is the present tense letter ta. Remove it away, then you'll be left with dhhabu, dhhabu. Now the Arabic words do not begin with sukun. Arabic words don't begin with a silent letter. In order to avoid this, a hamza is brought in to give you idhhabu. And a command tense verb should end with sukun. That's why you can see idhhab. The dhamma is changed to what? To sukun. So from here we have dhahaba, yadhhabu, idhhab. So basically, all of the verbs you see, we are going to form them in these 3 patterns of past, present, and command tense. Now let me give you some of the other verbs which we can simply form into this. Another example words to form into their present and command tense is the word fa'ala. Fa'ala, you can see it also looks the same as dhahaba, having 3 letters. So fa'ala means he did. You can see this also an action performed in the past. Fa'ala, he did. To form the present tense, it will give you yaf'alu, just like yadhhabu. Yadhhabu, he is going. Yaf'alu, he is doing. Can you see? Fa'ala, he did. Yaf'alu, he is doing. Dhahaba, he went. Yadhhabu, he is going. Now the command tense of yadhhabu was idhhab. The command tense of yaf'alu will be if'al, which means good, do. Again, fa'ala, he did. Yaf'alu, he is doing. If'al, do. Another word example I can give to you is the word sa'ala. What is sa'ala? It means he asked, meaning he questioned. He asked in the past. He asked a question in the past. Now to form this, because you can see the word sa'ala, it is sounding like fa'ala and dhahaba. This shows that this word is also a past tense verb, an action performed in the past. To form the present tense, it will give you yas'alu, just like yadhhabu, just like yaf'alu. What is yas'alu, if I may ask you? Yas'alu, he is asking, he is questioning. MashaAllah. Coming to the command tense, it will be very easy for you to form right away because you can see idhhab and also if'al. So here you would have is'al, finish. Is'al, finish. There are a lot of other verbs you can form into this scale. However, this is just the foundation for us to see the difference between a past tense, present tense, and also the command tense. To recap, the past tense verb comes majorly in 3 letters. Now, this past tense verb, to be formed into the present tense verb, all you need to do is to add first a ya. When you add this ya, the 3 letters coming, they will come as you have seen them, like yadhhabu. From the word dhahaba, the first letter dhal is now carrying sukun. Then ha, it maintains. Then as you can see the ba carrying dhamma now to give you yadhhabu. The same thing with yas'alu. The same thing with yaf'alu. And to form the command tense, all you need to do is to remove the particle of present tense, which is the ya there, replace it with hamza. Now you change the last letter to sukun, and the first letter remains, and the second letter also remains. So it gives you idhhab or if'al or is'al. So with this, we have been able to build a foundation. Until we meet again, ma salama.